Once again, Deputy Wire, why are you here again today?
I'm here because Balkans is coming to get their trailer.
Okay, so they're going to just come onto the property and take the trailer, even though it was abandoned here by me, or by them, and on my property. So how are they getting permission to come onto my property to take the trailer?
They're getting permission because it is their items. That is theirs. They own it. Therefore, the owner that has the items in there has given them permission that they're allowed to come get their trailer. They're try to contact you, from my understanding, what I was told, to let you know that they were going to come get the trailer.
No, Mr. showed up on this property after he had been informed by my agent that he was not to come onto this property.
Okay.
So he showed up onto this property after he had already been told not to. He was trespassing.
Okay.
And when we contacted you guys to do a report, because the reason he was trespassing is that he abandoned firearms on this property.
Okay.
So that was the reason he was here. He wasn't here to inform me that the trailer was going to be picked up.
Hello. Okay.
He was here to inform me that he abandoned firearms on this piece of property. Now,
Okay.
I don't know about you, but that greatly concerns me.
Okay. I don't know if he abandoned them or left them. I don't know. I wasn't part of the deal. That's all the civil issue between you and okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the trailer belongs to Balkans. They have the right to come grab their property. Yes.
The trailer belongs to Balkans, not the will.
Yes, sir.
So, but you're saying that whose property is in that trailer gave them permission to come onto the property to claim not only their property, but the property
They did
they
not
abandoned.
give them permission, sir, to come onto the property. They gave them permission that they could move, relocate that trailer with their property inside. The trailer belongs to Balkans Trucking Company out of Moberly. They're coming to pick up their trailer. Due to it
Are
having
they going to pay for the
contacts,
damages?
due to the contents that are inside belonging to the other individual that used to reside here, Balkans has permission from them. It's okay to move the trailer because it has their contents in it. The trailer actually belongs to Balkans Trucking Company.
Okay, so are they going to pay for the rental fees that were incurred that's sitting on this property?
That'd be a civil
That's
issue
a civil
between you
issue.
guys.
Again,
And
that's
the
a
property
civil
damage,
issue.
same thing?
What damage, ma'am?
The damage to the
The
tree
tree.
and the damage to
That
the
has to be something
field
you'd have to contact an attorney over.
and the damage that's going to occur
I
with them
would
getting
tell
the
you to
trailer
take
out.
photographs if you want to, document what you need to, okay, and go from there and contact an attorney. You can file for a civil claim in civil court, but they are going to come pick up their trailer.
And if they do damage in the process of removing it, as they will inevitably do, because it's already sunken in, so they're going to damage all of the front in trying to pull it out. So we just have to, we don't have a choice. We have to let them do that, and then we
And
go
we send,
after
and
them
we
in
send them
court.
a bill and hope they pay it.
Here's the deal. If they're not
That's so
going to
gross.
damage your property intentionally, if something is damaged
With
in
the
the
hang
process,
hang on just a moment. With the COVID virus going on,
spit on our
you're just gonna
property.
stand there and spit? I'm sorry, sir.
Yes.
That is disgusting. And with what's going on right now, that could be considered a biohazard. Please, do not do that. That is disgusting.
When did you find out these people were coming to remove this thing? Just now?
About, I don't know, right now.
So it required all of you guys to come out here, but you wouldn't do a report for us when we were broken into?
And trespassed upon.
I mean, he came in through a window, an open window. That's a breaking and entering on our property. It's not up for negotiation. It's a simple fact.
I don't know anything about that, man.
I don't
It's 'cause we
understand
tried to
that,
report
but I
it and you guys wouldn't
reported
take the report.
We asked for a proper report, not one initiated by the former owner's agent at their request when we were the victims of the crime. You interfered with that because you didn't recognize that. It was very disappointing. So that woman came onto our property and trespassed. My husband had to tell her to leave and never come back. We came up here because I may not look disabled, and I hate it when people say you don't look disabled, but I have a lot of physical issues like arthritis and stuff like that. I'm near 52. I know I don't look my age, but I don't appreciate that we moved here. We laid down a chunk of money on a property that was not delivered as it was supposed to. Yes, a very big lawsuit pending, but then you guys are actually helping this person can further these damages against us. And to show up like this, creating further anxiety when it's not necessary, when there should have been proper procedures. Like, I understand it's the prosecutor's office who's supposed to actually be interpreting this contract, which says all these trespasses are allowed or not allowed, that you guys are saying it's allowed. I have a problem with that. I really do. And nobody seems to be accountable. In fact, you're very dismissive, you're demeaning. What kind of behavior is that to welcome people to your town? We didn't move here to be harassed. We moved here to invest in property, to put money into this community, and to be good, upholding, law-abiding citizens. But yet we are dealing with this, which I find just absurd. It's like a Shakespeare comedy of errors. So I'm just horrified. You say, I don't know who you are.
I'm an investigator with the Sheriff's Office. My name's Deputy McKenzie.
Okay, because I was looking at the webpage trying to get an idea of who's who now that we have internet set up. So that's fine, but again, you don't know anything, yet I contacted your office and I was horrified by the way I was treated, to be mocked. Totally unacceptable. You don't mock somebody, especially chief deputy. So I'm just horrified by this service, that it's all about taking it. God knows, we don't want that thing there.
Well,
But
we
again,
certainly don't want the property tore up.
No.
He is going to tear up the
He's gonna
property
tear
in
up
the
our
process of
property
getting
right
this thing
now.
out of here.
And we didn't have a choice, and you're telling us we didn't have a choice to protect our property, which is being turned into an S-hole, literally. We came to the property to discover what they've done with the bleach field, turning it into a lagoon. The property's been defaced, and now you guys are being proactive in continuing to deface our property.
Well, here's the deal. If you would please, move the Kubota tractor so the subject can get out of his trailer. If there's any damage done to your property at that particular time or after he moves it, you can contact Botkins or contact your attorney for a civil suit against them.
Or the sheriff's department who's enabling
Okay.
this.
Man, we're out here for a keep the peace for to remove the trailer.
But
Okay,
you
if
guys,
you-
this
if
isn't
you-
keeping the
listen,
peace.
But, hey,
I
you would
feel
be
confronted on my property.
If you refuse to give up the trailer, okay, it's going to be a theft. That trailer.
How is it a theft for a piece of property that was abandoned on this
It
property?
doesn't even have a current license
Botkins, who
plate.
owns the trailer, is
How are
coming
they
to
allowed
pick
to
up.
drive it when it doesn't have a
There's
current
right
license
now.
plate?
Botkins is showing up on my property unannounced, without an invitation and without an invite. You guys are standing here without a warrant.
They're here to pick up their trailer.
They're here to trespass upon my property, so I'd like to report a trespass because, again, no invitation, no appointment. We have given you guys the phone numbers. You guys could have very easily given us the courtesy call that this was going to occur today. You didn't. You showed up on my
have our
property
phone
and you're
numbers, no
telling me
reasons.
this is going to happen. You're telling me it's theft. No, this is an abandoned trailer.
I'd like an answer as to my question. How did you drive it with a
So,
fire
The
tap?
trailer
Please.
does not belong to the former owner of the property. The trailer belongs.
No, the contents
to
of the
Botkins.
trailer. So is he going to unload this trailer?
He does not have to unload the trailer
Why not?
because he doesn't have to. He is here to pick up the trailer.
He's here to pick up the trailer
Whatever
and
contents
remove
are
the
After we
collateral
arrested
that's
the other-
inside it that I'm holding because of all the damage the previous owner
Whatever
We're
did.
just going to film everything and sue everybody at this point.
All right,
So,
love.
You know,
All
any
right.
damages incurred will also be passed on to the sheriff's department because this is unacceptable. You didn't give us a courtesy call. You have our phone numbers. You have our phone numbers. There is no excuse for this. Your behavior is reprehensible. It is not what I expect from my local law enforcement. It's what I expect from the law enforcement we left in Aurora, Colorado, where we had the Aurora PD getting all sorts of write-ups because they couldn't do their job, and the chief finally resigned. So I don't understand this mentality. I don't want to say, to make my conclusions about any of this, but this is really bad procedure. If this is how you guys operate, where you ignore the actual crimes, and then you further victimize the people who have been the victims of these crimes, I have a problem with that. As an investigator, I really take offense at that because you're supposed to be knowledgeable about this stuff. I'm the person, my husband's the person that when we have an issue, we contact people. We contact the authorities when the authorities don't do their jobs. And yes, that happens all the time. I didn't expect to be standing here reprimanding you all, 3 men I don't actually know, aside from Deputy Wagner, whose card I have. So, you know, if you want to give us business cards because you've been on our property, we're gonna, you know, we made it clear that this was not okay, that this is all trespassing, that you couldn't do your job when it counted, which was regarding taking a report for breaking and entering. When somebody comes into the house after we've changed the locks, it clearly indicates you're not allowed in the property. You don't get to come in here. The locks have been changed. Is this a hard concept? What does constitute trespassing? Please tell me.
And then when he shows up again, without an invitation, without an appointment, to make the claim that he did, and I contact you guys, they didn't send anybody out. So what happens the next time he shows up again, claiming that he's here to collect his rifles, and I'm contacting you guys, and are you just not going to show up again?
We're not here for that right now, sir. We're here for Bockins to pick up the trailer.
But you should have been here already regarding that issue because we did contact your office.
Let's let them just absolutely shit all over our Fourth Amendment rights here, and we'll take, you know. And seriously, interrupting my work. If you guys would have called and made it a freaking appointment, we could have avoided quite a bit of this, but you're interrupting my work now. Give him a ticket for rocking unexpired tags? That's December. That was back before COVID. Am I being make you nervous?
No, it's my portable. It stays on my vest. I didn't have it with me, but easier this way. Are you a military vet?
Yeah, I'm retired Navy.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thanks.
Did you just spit again? Stop spitting! It's gross. I hate spit. I really do hate spit. It's disgusting. Get a paper towel, get a Kleenex, spit in your hand, spit in a plastic bag, and stop spitting all over my grill. Spit smells, and I can smell it, and I don't.
There's your problem. Bart, you got this cat. Is that the sergeant or is that the lieutenant? That's the sergeant. That's the sergeant. Got him over there working like he works for his company.
Pathetic. They actually ignored it.
I guess it's better than that crazy female who got all offended and personal.
Think about that being here.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. We've heard that like 3 times. I mean, is that something they teach at the Sheriff's Academy? I mean, you don't want to talk to somebody, so you just say, stop yelling at me?
Let us know about this thing. Right to get the damages done by the Sheriff's Department. But you don't like it when somebody damages your property, huh? And it acts this way? You should be ashamed of yourself. God is always watching no matter what.
Get out of my way. I need to see everybody behind me.
Well, I want to build construction on my property. So,
Hey, Tanya, Red, you get that side, I get this side. We'll walk him all the way out because you know he's going to frickin' frack it.
if you tell me he's not going to clear me standing behind my gate, then we got a problem. More wrenches. Take my gate out too.
Live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. Riddle me this one, Sarge. Riddle me this one, Sarge. When he shows up with a crane and a crew to cut a hole in the roof, pull that safe out of there, you guys gonna help him do that too?
Nope. Everything's turned civil. You don't know it, but he called last week, into last week, and I shut him down. I said, do not go out there, do not do nothing until a court order arrives. And
Well, I
the sheriff
appreciate
agreed
that.
with it. He was trying to get me to come out here with him. I said, it's civil, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
And so everything's froze as far as we're concerned.
Okay, so
Other than the trailer.
he's aware that he is not allowed on this property, period, ever
Yes.
again.
He is.
Persona non grata.
Until he gets a court order, then we have to follow the judge's order.
Okay, well,
But you'll go to court for that.
it's going to be a long
Yeah,
while
he
for that.
should
It's a
not be
long
here.
process. We both know that it's
Okay.
a long process.
Okay.
So,
He should not be on your property from now on.
so if he shows up again,
Call.
Am I going to get the same
No.
BS that
He
I got last time?
He has been advised now not to be on the property. It's documented.
Okay.
So he's been warned.
So I tell you, if he comes on again, I'm gonna arrest him. I'm gonna put him in cuffs, and it's not gonna be
Well,
pretty.
You're supposed to just call us the civilized
Well, we
way.
have called you guys and you don't respond.
I told him if he comes on this property again, as he's been advised, it's been documented. He's been advised. The end of last week, he wanted to come out, and us to come out, we'll go with him. And I said, no, it's civil. Everything's froze.
Well, that's
until
what I
we
told
get
my
a court
husband
order.
probably happened. That's why
So-
the last thing I expect is to pull in from my grocery shopping
Sure.
and find you guys are basically right behind me. I'm just trying to figure out my husband's doing the not right.
It's a nasty deal here. It got started. I wasn't involved in it.
But it's falls
but I
on
am
your
now.
plate,
I am
unfortunately,
now.
because
Oh, I
you're
understand.
all
I
involved.
fully
because
understand that.
I'm horrified. I am. You're
Yeah.
actually the why?
Listen,
The sergeant.
Sergeant Wissenden. So you're the one person I didn't talk to.
no, I haven't. No, I haven't been involved. They just explained to me.
But they
And-
explained from their point of view. I'm sorry. To
Well,
cut you off.
I understand that, but as for coming out today, I told them. They just told me an hour ago before we got here too. They told me at 1. I said, well, I'd like to have known this because I would have just drove out here and told you what's going on.
Thank you.
I am
That
a very big
we would've-
communication person.
Thank
We
you.
would
They
have
are not.
appreciated that.
And
They are
yes.
not. And I argue this every day that we don't have a communication.
So you're gonna be our next sheriff then?
No, I'm not running.
Well, is it
But,
going to be the high school quarterback that's the chief deputy right now? That just was so absolutely
Yeah, I'm pretty
horrifying
horrified
to
the way
her.
he spoke with me. And I
Evan
did record.
Turner?
I
Oh,
recorded
my.
it. I'm not okay with the way he talked to me.
That's Evan Turner.
holding the phone up and screaming, "Hey, somebody give me the number of the mayor. This woman wants to talk to the." Seriously, did you just step off the high school field?
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I just really our first encounter with you guys was horrible. And Deputy Wagner, he really makes me mad. And when Chief Deputy Turner wanted to send Deputy Huber out after she refused to come out of her own volition when we called, and then he's going to send the same person out who already has a problem with us. I had to hang up on her because I really had a problem with her attitude.
It's bad.
Seven
It's
off.
bad.
So are you the person we can sit down and have a good conversation with and go over all this? Because I have a problem
I
with the
can't violate the
sensitivity.
law, but I'll be glad to talk to you.
Oh,
Sensitivity.
absolutely.
It's-
All we need to know
sensitivity training. We're
Yeah.
is the
talking
law.
all sorts of stuff.
Okay, sure.
So I mean, we come
I'll
out
go get you
here.
my
I mean,
business
and
card. I
again,
don't know where my husband's is.
we were in Aurora. I'm originally from St. Louis. We were in Aurora, so we know all about really corrupt police departments, and that was one of the reasons we got out of there.
Is it? Okay.
And to come here, I mean,
We're still I'll be honest with you, we're still a small town sheriff's department. Big town.
it is, but
And they
being what I am, I'm retired military, and you know, albeit I've got some damage that was given me by the railroad, I still try to maintain a level of professionalism
Sure.
in everything that I do, especially when dealing with you guys. But to have basically just the most unprofessional behavior I've ever witnessed from a law enforcement official I'm interacting with.
I'd like to point out, just this guy keeps telling me, have a good day, ma'am, have a good day, ma'am, after this whole incident. I find it actually offensive. Historically speaking, that's my background. I'm sorry, I'm a published writer and editor. I taught English, and it just drives me crazy when people use that rhetoric. Yes, ma'am, have a great day, ma'am. You just came and disrupted me. I'm totally upset now.
Sticks and stones.
It is, but it's dehumanizing at the same time, especially.
You're all already on level 9.
Oh.
Yeah, this is, you understand. Thank you.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. So, yeah. All right, I'll give you this.
All right.
Thank you very much for your professionalism.
Thank you guys for your cooperation. Like I said, I know it's a screw up deal.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's unreal. Well, another one, I'm tired of hearing that is a really great guy because what he did, I mean,
the other guy?
that's the previous owner.
He's a good friend of the sheriff.
Yeah, he's really, really good friends with the sheriff. He used to run his business out here.
Okay,
Now,
I don't know.
Well, see, dig this. As part of the contract, he was supposed to replace the screens in the house. All right, so he used to run a business out here, decorating, painting, and all that stuff. What he did to me was he bought all the materials and said, here, I bought you the materials. You go ahead and finish the project. No, that's not what the contract said. Did he ever go ahead and do that to one of his customers? Show up with all the wood and all the paint and the wallpaper and be like, hey, I did my part, now it's your turn. That's what he did, and he did it all the way down the contract. He broke, and I mean, it's something I understand a handshake agreement out here is one thing, but putting your name on a piece of paper that says, I will do these things, I have to. But the problem is now we can't find an attorney.
Really?
Yeah. It's unreal. It's unreal.
With the virus, probably they're scared to death. See, we're not having court till after July. So it's going to be after July probably till even.
Yeah.
It's bad timing.
It's bad timing. It's horrible timing.
Yeah,
and for every person that dies that coronavirus, 2 people die of the regular flu.
Yeah.
Literally.
Agreed.
So
that's why I'm not too worried about it myself.
Yeah, you get it? You got a 98% chance of living through it. You know what? If you were to go to Vegas and they walk up to a slot machine that says you've got a 98% chance of winning this slot, just drop your money in there. How many people you know would be like, I'm not gonna just pass that up, man. 98% win rate?
Well said. I like that. Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
It
but
is.
I'll let you get on with your day,
Guys,
and
sorry to interrupt your day.
it is what it is for right now. And
You have your business
I
card?
can give it.
And I worked with an investigator. He didn't do his job either, and the pedophile didn't get the time he should have gotten.
you're gonna
that's
track
not
them
an
so off to the
understatement.
side at this point.
No, about my own personal experience reporting somebody for sex crimes, and then they finally got busted 2.5 years later for
Yeah.
an investigator. I spoke with him, he talked to me. So, an investigator who doesn't want to do their job right, as far as I'm concerned, is always nerve-wracking and bad for law. I'm an English teacher. Of course I can read your writing, no matter what. So I'm Tanya.
What a way to be introduced to everybody.
We didn't want to make this, we didn't want to meet like this. No, but the rest of your life, I judge people not because I want to, because it's in my nature, and God made me that way, and it's not the way I mean to be. Well, I give everybody, it's not me, it's like I'm telling you, he got some of what he had coming, he wants to get everything. I'm like that feather that gets really big, and I'm always like that. It's not me, but I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, I give everybody chances. But that's why it's in my nature, it's the way I was made, and it's not even something I am. So when I say a judge, well, so not if you're open, you can't help it. It's just the way it is. It makes you more vulnerable. But what I'm counting on my life to make me feel safe. And the first thing that happened was to actually cause anxiety.
Yep, not what I was expecting today. So
It's been this way forever.
But I mean, it's a beautiful small town. We're getting the books from your local writer who's been writing about the history, who's got the website set up.
All right. Hey, love, let's go talk to God for a little while.
Yeah, I just don't
let the nice sergeant get on his way.
I know,
So
I just really appreciate
live long and
it.
prosper.
Good energy, that get rebalanced.
That takes you.
Have a good rest of your day. Stay virus free.
Thanks. Thanks. You
Yeah.
guys be careful.
Thank you. Glad you showed up when you did. They are just so fucking ridiculous.
He was a nice one.
Yeah, sergeant's
But he said
decent.
he would have come by first anyway if they
Yeah.
hadn't told him, but they couldn't be bothered. They wanted the opportunity to harass us
Yep.
and antagonize us. And
Yep.
that's the problem I'm having, is that was so intentional.
Yep, and we both let them know that, and of course, frickin' bald guy, dick with ears. Yeah, frickin', he wouldn't frickin' put his vest on because
You're right.
I'm an armed citizen, and they don't like armed citizens. Peace!